isn't that what you had?
Contrary to popular opinion, I'm the head nigger in charge. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
When you look at the credit,
Yeah.
the girlies are there.
Good Times was just always, it just felt too sad every time. I was like, they keep calling it Good Times, but like every episode is like, Lord, where's the money?
And that's friends in real life.
Okay, well, here we are. He said Europe. Okay, Lord. All right, look, lots to talk about. But okay, for those who don't know, right, or those who do know, I'm Chris.
And I'm Tristan.
And this is Friends in Real Life. What was that?
Our music song.
Right. I'm like, yo, you hold it out. Like,
No, absolutely not. I love our theme music. But we're here. This is our season finale episode.
I can't believe that. That's really like sad. I mean, it's been such a good conversation, good build, good topics, we have tackled, but damn, all right, yeah.
We're here. I mean, the Oscars happened, right? So
yeah,
that's like the most appropriate way, I think, to end the season.
For sure. I mean, at this point, all the major things are done, right? Super Bowl, Grammy, Oscars, like it's time for a little break. So
yep. We made it.
Word. Okay, well, let's see. So diving right in, Oscars happened. They were, first of all, I don't know if it's because I'm still not used to being on this coast, but they felt even earlier than usual. Like, I don't remember them being at 4:00, but it could just be me.
I feel like used to start at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
And not 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know when that happened, but could it be because people were complaining that it just seemed so long? And I guess starting at 8 is kind of late for a show that's like 3 hours.
Yeah. 3 hours plus, really. So
really over. Yeah. And does that include the red carpet?
The red carpet before? No, that was before, because red carpet, I was watching it on, I know that they'll do it on the channel as well, but I was watching it on E, and that was at like 2:00, 3:00. So
yeah,
really
E starts very early. Yeah, they're they're doing the red carpet for the setup crew. So
I know, it was like, and here's Mario Lopez, and I'm like, okay, yep, they've started.
Right.
11 a.m., but it's fine.
They get started very early out here with this. It is odd when you first move out here to see it happening like in real time.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to it being already like dark outside and all that stuff. And then we're looking at them on the red carpet and seeing that it is still very much daylight.
Right.
And now we're here and it's still very much daylight. Like,
right.
It throws you off a little bit. It throws you off. We were at your apartment watching it yesterday.
We were, yeah.
And when it went off, everybody at the same time almost looked at their phones and was like, oh my God, it's only such and such. It was only like 8:00.
Yeah,
like that. Like it was it was crazy.
Yeah,
so
But okay, but yeah, no, I thought it was an entertaining show. I mean, I think there's obviously some highlights and maybe some lowlights, but definitely I thought it was one of the better ones, and it didn't feel like to drag on. I don't know if it's because if it had people over, so it felt like more of a thing, or if it was because like I was pretty invested in what was being nominated. Like I'd watched a bunch of the films. I pretty much saw everything, give or take a few projects, So I don't know. It just felt like I like Conan O'Brien, so it just felt like an entertaining show. It didn't feel like it was dragging on, which was great.
Yeah, it moved along. It moved along nicely. I do think it helps when you're watching it in a group and you're able to, talk during commercials and, not have to sit there through the things that aren't so interesting. And so you can kind of like pop back and forth. And I think that does make for a more digestible Oscars.
Mhm.
But I do agree with you. I think Conan did a good job. I think
Yep.
he's one of the better hosts. Yeah, I think it was pretty good overall. I think a lot of the, parts that were supposed to be funny actually did what they were supposed to do. The entertainment was a little sketch for me.
What do you mean? Hold on. Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, well,
What you mean?
Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, of course, had me in tears. So they were fine.
I really enjoyed that performance. I thought it was great that they did Somewhere Over the Rainbow and
Yeah, the medley.
to do both from both, adaptations or stories of The Wizard of Oz, I thought was really smart and a really good use of their time and their voices.
Yep, agree.
I was very, very pleased. I thought that was a great way to open it. And I know they kept saying, like, I don't know why they were keeping it so hush hush or doing a bad job of it, but it had leaked that they were going to perform at the Oscars, and they kept denying it. And I was like, why?
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
I thought we were all on board with knowing that they were going to perform and it was fine.
We knew it, but they would, like, Cynthia, like, they were asking, like, so, are you excited? What can you tell us about the performance? She was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And they're like, you're performing at the Oscars. And she was like, no. And I'm like, but you're not doing a good job of flying. And like, why is it a secret now? It's not like, I don't know. It's not like they were bringing out Stephanie Mills and like, like
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross, you know what I mean? Like, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's strange because why are we playing games with it? You guys had one of the biggest movies with music in it
Right.
of the year.
Right.
Y'all have been killing us on the press for it all. Like, I have never seen Cynthia Erivo or Ariana Grande more in my life than when they were promoting that movie.
It's so true.
Oh my God. Every time I turned around.
Yeah.
Every time I turned around, you better sing that damn song. Like, what?
No, I feel it.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I had a few that I did not understand.
Okay, let's talk about it.
What was the James Bond, Doja, and Lisa? Is her name Lisa?
Lisa, and Ray.
I don't get it.
I kept like, was it like a Bond anniversary? Was it like the 50th anniversary of Bond?
Oh, maybe.
Because that's the only thing. No, let's see. I don't know. Like,
I need to look that up because I did not understand the relevance of having a Bond moment. I also didn't understand having them as the ones to sing.
Okay. So all right, let's do it. Gloves are off. I feel like all I can hear now is the Bond dinner. Because like now the guns are out for sure. I don't know what. Well, first of all, it wasn't, because the 50th anniversary apparently was in 2012. So I don't.
Well, I'm not the only person who's asking, because I Googled it, and literally before I could even get what was.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, what was the point of a James Bond tribute? But Google had already finished that for me. So it says the tribute doubled as a tribute to the Broccoli family, the longtime stewards of the James Bond film rights. The Broccoli's recently sold the film rights to Ian Fleming's eponymous spy to Amazon, signaling a new era for 007. Okay.
Fine. But I don't know why that needed a dance performance from Margaret Qualley. And then Lisa, which, look, she's doing her thing, right? She's on White Lotus. She's got like this she's doing her breakout from the group thing because she was in Blackpink and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Mama's doing stuff.
I didn't know any of that, but okay.
Mama's doing stuff. You said what?
I said I didn't know any of that. I honestly did not know who that girl was.
Yeah, Lisa from Blackpink. She's she's the breakout. She's maybe the Beyonce of the Destiny's Child, or maybe even the Harry Styles from One Direction kind of vibe. But anyway.
Okay.
So she's she's the thing now. She's having a moment, and so, but I didn't understand why she performed. I really like Doja Cat. I don't think that is a record that complements her vocal ability well.
Oh.
So I didn't understand that. I thought Ray was good. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. But Ray, she did the Zell record. I feel like she did that justice for what it was worth. But I don't know why that couldn't have just been a mashup of the people's songs and called it. Like, I don't know why it had to be like an actual performance, Yeah,
that was strange.
So strange. Yeah, I agree.
Didn't need it.
No.
And then the other one that threw me off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't they give Quincy Jones a better moment?
So the first thing is, I feel like a tribute to Quincy Jones has to be as special on its own. I don't even think that they could get it in a 5-10 minute span. There's too much work. There's too much influence, decades of work and really important work. That being said, the attempts that have happened have been really bad. So I'm like, what did you even try? I thought the Grammys, that wasn't it. I love Queen Latifah, but I don't think that was the right song for her vocal ability, nor did I think that was the right song to tribute Quincy Jones. Like, it just felt like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, it felt rushed. It felt last minute. It felt very last minute. And even if you were to just take Quincy Jones's like composer, musical score part of his career, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we were going to do all of Quincy Jones's career, we'd be watching a tribute that's a week long. It would be like Roots, which he did the music for, coincidentally enough.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? So, okay, let's just take his movie side, just the things that he's done in film.
Mm-hmm.
We still could have come up with something so much better that would have been like in a nice little, time frame.
Yep.
But would have at least like explored the breadth of what this man has actually done.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was, ease on down the road. Was that what she's saying?
Yeah, I think she did ease on. Yeah, because wait, was it that or was it? I think it was that. Because it wasn't Brand New Day because. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like they could have done like a medley.
Yeah, why just that one song?
Why did just that one song and you sang it all the way through? No, it should have been a little bit of this, a little sprinkling of that, had a couple of people come out and sing, like do a big Debbie Allen styled like dance chorus in the back. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it.
It was underwhelming. It felt unnecessary, and it didn't really. First of all, I feel like this is now the second tribute to Quincy that involves MJ. And look, obviously that's a big part of his career, but it's not the only part, especially dealing with film. Like, it just felt very strange. I think the only thing they got right was having Oprah and Whoopi present it. Like, I thought
that was chef's kiss. That was very like well thought out.
Yeah, that was well thought out. But then I was like, and now
the performance was random. So
random. I'm like, what is happening? Like,
and I get it. Like, I don't expect for the Oscars. I don't hold the Oscars to the same standard for a tribute to Quincy Jones as I do like the Grammys.
Sure.
I just feel like he's done more for that medium than he has for film. And I feel like that should absolutely be respected and treated as if the people care.
Right. Yep.
So the fact that they couldn't get it right
Right.
is already crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's like the Oscars doubled down on foolishness. I don't know. Did Quincy piss some folks off? Because I just feel like nobody cares enough at this point.
I mean,
Well,
he
that
probably
man has gotten
has.
to music.
He probably has pissed people off because I mean, you know, Quincy didn't care. He held no punches. He called people out. You know.
Yeah, I know he had a reputation for, saying and doing crazy things, but come on.
But still, for you to do it, I mean, I feel like and this is crazy, but I feel like they put more energy and time into that random Bond tribute than they did to his. And I feel like that was wild. Like, why?
Yeah. And I feel like that was paid for. I'm sorry. Like,
you think it was editorial?
yeah, I feel like that was a paid ad or something. That Bond thing was weird. I'm sorry. No.
Was it sponsored by like MasterCard again or something? Like,
Possibly. Whoever those people are, the Broccolis or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the
Calling them. So I feel like they said, say something about us.
Yeah,
we're not cutting a check. Like,
yeah, I don't.
sure.
I'm looking them up now, and it's like, okay, yeah, Albert Romolo Broccoli and Cubby, not Cubby. Okay, anyway, yeah.
They could have kept both of those either way. What else was good? Conan's little Drake and Kendrick joke I thought was cute.
You know what's interesting? I did enjoy that, but I saw some a little backlash on that on the threads and so forth, being like, now it's corny or whatever, like almost like because it's more of a mainstream thing now, it's not. It doesn't hold the same energy, which I don't agree with.
I'm sure they were Drake fans who said that. Anyway, just
it wasn't a Drake fan, but yes, it is someone who I feel like oh goodness, I know this person in real life, so that's why this is tough. But they definitely have since walked back thoughts of saying that they felt like Not Like Us was a song that no one would play after the summer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's maybe some bias there, but yeah,
a little saltiness there. Yeah.
But no, I thought that was great, and I thought, like I said, we were talking about earlier, I think Conan in general, I thought was good. He had a few jokes that didn't quite land, but he would sort of acknowledge that, which I think is a great host.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I do love that about him. Like, just roll with it.
Well, actually, speaking of that, I saw some controversy about the Adam Sandler. And I don't know if this was like a very reach think piece this publication decided to do, but they were under the assumption that was not planned. That was not a bit. And I'm talking about when Conan is talking about everyone looks great, but some people don't dress for the occasion, and they pan the Adam Sandler.
Passion him looking crazy. Yeah.
Right. And they were like, oh, was that real? Was that a bit? And then who's to say that he wasn't dressed appropriate? I was like, okay. So now we're
moving on, because what? Listen,
I was like, and it's like a publication I think that has covered fashion or does cover fashion, and I was like, well, first of all, it was definitely staged because homie was mic'd. So like, what are we talking about? But yeah, it's definitely, I was like, okay, it's not that serious. But yeah, that overall,
never that serious.
It's not. What are we talking about? I mean, but yeah. So I thought that Conan was a good host. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was like stand up before we get into like who won and who didn't win.
Stuff. Yeah. You know what was funny? Did you see the part where Coleman Domingo had like the whole audience going crazy over Frankie Beverly? I said, if these people break out into the electric slide,
I'd have lived and died.
I would live. They looked like they were having a really good time, which I love because, I don't know how they sit through that whole show.
Right. in couture, in seats.
In the craziest of couture. None of it looks comfortable. It's
At
not like
all.
the SAG Awards and the other awards where you're allowed to like eat and drink and, you know, cut up during the whole show.
Yeah.
Like you really are just sitting there for all those hours. And
Mhm.
I am sure folks wanted to get up and move about.
Yeah, 1000%.
So
1000%. I mean, I thought, look, Coleman Domingo is like he's just very special.
I love him.
Me too. And like in my head, we're like homies. Like we don't hang out often, but like we catch up every now
Oh
and
my
then,
God.
you know.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
he's
so
definitely a friend in my head.
you know what I mean? And anyway, he's great. And
Oh
I
my
thought,
God, wait, not to cut you off, but you just reminded me of something that I thought was so dope about Coleman Domingo and his husband. Have you heard the story about how they met?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Is
yeah.
that not
Oh, it's terrible. No, I'm
the
kidding.
best? No, oh my gosh, you know me. I was in tears. Like, oh my God. That's my
It's very sweet. I mean, I think
hopeless romantic side just can't take it.
no.
Like, oh my gosh, super, super cute. Yeah, if anybody cares to know how Coleman Domingo met his hubby, please go and look up. There's some show that he's on. I think it's like that British show that,
Oh, the
oh,
Graham Norton show.
yeah. And he's just talking about how they bumped into each other at Walgreens,
Mhm.
but didn't say anything to each other. And then Coleman Domingo is just thinking like, oh, I wonder if I'll ever see him again. And is on Craigslist, like, I don't know, like a week or two later,
Yeah,
looking for a computer. And
right.
it just so happens to go to the section,
Yeah,
you know,
misconnections.
yeah. And he saw that the guy was looking for him.
Isn't that great?
That is
I,
a movie in and of itself.
well, it's interesting because this is a total tangent, but like what Craigslist was in that era. I mean, I hope that I probably shouldn't say this because it's someone will take this, but that's a TV show on itself because the fact
Yes.
that you could get on Craigslist and get an apartment, a hookup, a relationship, a car, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like it legit, all of that was on Craigslist, right? And like the misconnections, I remember when I first moved to New York, friends of mine and myself included, we used to read that section, not for
Same.
figure out who's best, whatever, but just to like just read it because I always thought that the way people worded it and whatnot was so interesting.
Yep. Yep.
For him to find his person like that, and also just instinctively know like there's something here, even though they didn't even share words, they just kind of had this. It's very
I know. That's what was so crazy to me. They did not speak a word to each other on that first, like, I can't even call it a meeting because
yeah.
they literally just bumped into each other.
Yeah, he was with some
We're
shorty
just-
that was yelling and doing the most.
yeah. He's having like a whole beef with like another person. And in the midst of that, some kind of a connection was made.
Yeah, it's.
Love it.
I
Super
listen.
cute.
Coleman is great. That's great. Love that for him and for that's just it's a really nice story. He should also make that into like a short or something like that because that's a really dope little vibe. Okay, well maybe we take a break here,
Yes.
and then we can dive into the winners and the losers. And yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah, well we'll take a little break and then we'll start talk about who won the awards and who lost. Yeah.
Right.
All right, cool. Okay, we're back. All right. So the Oscars, man. Okay. Where should we start? Do we start with just how it started? Like with the I think the first award that was presented was Best Supporting Actor. And I mean, no surprise, it went to Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we called it on this podcast that would happen. I mean, look, I like Kieran Culkin. I think he is a good actor. I really don't think he should have won that award. The more and more I think about it, and I mean, I haven't seen a lot of the other ones. I can't fully say. So that's I need to watch the other performances, right? But I hear that Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown was really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Jeremy Strong was also very great. So them not winning is kind of wild, but also it was his year. He was the front runner and pretty much won every
He did, yeah.
nominated in, right? So
Yep.
yeah, I mean that's
Look, I too am a fan, right?
Mhm.
Like, to me, he was awesome in Succession. I like to see him in things. I know what he's going to give when he's in things. But as someone pointed out in an article, is he playing himself?
Yeah.
Like, he is literally that character in everything that he's in, and
Yeah.
he's also that person in, I mean, I don't know this man personally, but if we take it at face value, what he gives during interviews and, publicity tours and things like that,
Mhm.
we are to believe that that is his personality, and
Yeah.
that is the personality that shows up in all of his characters.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and there are some actors that will give you them
Mhm.
in everything that they do, but you still can make the distinction between their character and who they are in real life, right? Like, I hate to see Denzel in people's faces, but Denzel will give you full Shakespeare with not nary an accent. Like,
Yeah.
that man is never giving you a British accent, right? So
Yeah. Not anymore. He did at one point, but yeah, not
I
anymore.
think he used to back in the day, but like, did you see Denzel's version of Macbeth?
I did not.
Oh, it is one of my favorites. He's so Denzel in it, but I absolutely believe that that man is Macbeth. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, he still somehow manages to become the character, even though he is consistently Denzel in everything that he plays in.
Right. But okay. I think that's a great, I'm glad you brought him up. That's a great example. Now, are we okay with it or feel like it's, whatever, because who Denzel is still like smooth, in charge, like there's still a boss level of in everything he plays, right? Like he's never played like a weak man or like somebody who was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of
Yeah. I know what you mean. He does play strong characters.
Those strong characters throughout, no matter what time period, time period, and whatnot, right?
Right.
Now, Kieran Culkin's roles he plays could be like him, right? But they're also kind of the same thing that could potentially be annoying, right? And so, I don't know if people, because like Succession, no one was mad that he won that award. And he's very much himself, if that's what we think it is, in that versus A Real Pain. I wonder if it's also just the material of A Real Pain wasn't enough for us to care that it was just him acting as himself, because I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
I totally get that. Yes. Yeah, I align with that because they are giving him Succession in everything that I've seen him in so far.
Yeah.
He's not doing Shakespeare in one breath and then turning around and doing a training day. You know what I mean? He's never been pushed as an actor.
Yeah. Yep.
So, like, to me, to give him an Oscar already, like, I don't think we've seen enough from him for that.
I agree.
I mean, if you're judging just based on the one, well, even still, I don't think that this particular performance was Oscar worthy, but I also think this movie was Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
So it could also be that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, I mean, look, looking at totality, right? Like, I think that this was kind of a weaker year when it comes to movies. And movies were nominated. I think that A Real Pain is the kind of film that, to me, gets nominated for Oscars. It's very much that. So that wasn't a surprise to me, but I feel like the performances or his performance, because really this only thing got nominated. It wasn't best screenplay. It wasn't anything else, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like against those heavy hitters, Guy Pearce, Jeremy Strong, Ed Norton, like even the dude in Honora, like I feel like there were just other folks that I felt like could have gotten it. It felt like maybe not as whatever because this person is very seasoned, but it felt like when Jamie Lee Curtis won. It felt like, although I thought she was great in that film, I felt like her performance in that roundup was the weakest. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I see
Like,
what you mean.
you know what I mean? Like, I felt like the other girl, Stephanie, that was in that film with her, I feel like her performance was stronger than hers. And so it's just kind of like, and of course, Andrew Bassett was in that. And that's a whole other story for another day. But like, there was definitely other people who could have gotten it. But he got it, so we can't take away. You know,
what are you gonna do?
And now he's gonna get another kid. So
yeah, having a whole entire child as a bargaining chip for you winning an Oscar is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And also just drives the point home that men really do not give a shit about how hard labor and delivery really is. So,
I mean, look, he delivered his lines.
oh, please don't. Okay. He's gonna make me push you out.
She won the Oscar. She's the one that said he won the Oscar. Let's do it. Freddie should have gone pregnant. Man, when a man wants to go pregnant, he's going to do what he needs to do.
Listen, I can't.
That's so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. All right. We're moving on from him. All right. So let's go next to. Should we do best supporting actress in a supporting role?
Yeah. Who? Oh, duh. Yeah. I'm I'm recollecting like the night, but yeah, I knew it was going to be Zoe.
Yeah, you got to pronounce her last name because I don't think I can do it.
Okay, listen.
Because that wasn't the name when it was in center stage, so I'm not used to or drumline or
y'all didn't leave her in with the tilde
scratch or anything else, and not Nina Simone either. So, but we got it. Or is it Simone? I don't know.
It's Zoe Saldana.
Danya. Okay.
And it's fine. As we call it, the end with the squiggly line over the top.
Oh yeah, that's not what it's called?
It's definitely not.
That is so bad. I'm so sorry. Yes, you're right. It's not. Yes, she won. I thought it was well deserved. Amelia Perez or Perez, right? I that film is still in processing, and it's been like a month, 2 months since I've seen it. But I need to watch it again, actually, I think. But from when I saw it, I just felt like, yeah, she's gonna win this because her role is so integral, and also there's a lot she's doing, with the singing in Spanish, the rapping in Spanish, the dancing, the acting, anchoring these two characters, like, even some of the things she did, just like the way she was able to emote just with her facial expressions and like, it's just her performance is great. And so I'm happy that she won. Yeah.
I'm happy that she won, and I haven't even seen the movie. So I just feel like, I don't know. I don't hate Zoe. And I had a moment with her when she was like kind of annoying me a little bit. And I know that came up, the reasons why came up while we were watching. And, people had a lot of beef with her at one point because she was on some like, I'm, Latina and, didn't really want to play into the whole Black actress thing. And I think she has since, come around from that a little bit, or tried to explain herself in some way back in the day, and came to terms with it, I think is what I remember. But all of that aside, I do think that she is a really strong actress.
I agree.
And if I look at her body of work and the feels that I've gotten from some of the things that she's done, I feel like it's kind of her time
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
Oscar. Like she's been with us for a really, really long time.
Hmm.
And she's given us like I don't even know. I think like her movie totals are like one of the highest in Hollywood history or something like that.
Yep.
Um, so, it's not like the girl doesn't know what she's doing. She definitely had a miss with Nina Simone.
Oof.
And, we talked about that.
Yeah.
And, she's gonna have to, live with that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I do believe that the girl is a strong actress. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Lioness.
No, but I hear it's amazing.
Oh, she is so good in that. She's so good in that. And what was that series? It's based on a true story.
Scratch.
What is it? From
Scratch.
scratch. Yes, from scratch. Oh my gosh. I cried like a baby
Oh, it's a lot.
watching that.
I mean, I remember when it was out, people were like, this show is not what I expected, and I was gutted, and I'm like, man,
Mhm.
it looked like it was giving me like from Tuscan something. It was just feeling.
Yes, it looked very like what's the one with Eat Pray Love? It looked very
Yeah.
Eat Pray Love.
And I was like, no, thank you. Like, cool.
It was
But
not
man,
that.
it was so good. So yeah, so that's when they turned the corner. I was like, it reminded me like, oh no, Zoe's got chops. Like she can act.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm, mhm.
and no, I really enjoyed it. So I'm happy for her. Again, in her category, it was a tough one as well. I think that what's her name? Let's see, start. So Monica Bavaro, and A Completely Unknown. I heard she was fantastic. That's a film I need to watch. I have not seen it.
I actually do want to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see
But
that.
I thought that I heard she was good. Ariana Grande, I thought was very great in Wicked. I mean, and then this is why I like Golden Globes too versus Oscars, because I feel like the comedic timing that Ariana Grande has in Wicked, coupled with the singing, coupled with, she's also doing the same amount of groundwork, if you will, that Zoe did in Emilia Perez, right? Because they're both musicals, right? And I don't think Zoe did this, but like Ariana Grande and Cynthia and everyone else, they sang live
I
recording it.
know.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that. I knew it wasn't their year because once Emilia Perez started getting the hype, I was like, Wicked's not going to win anything, but like makeup and like costumes
Yep.
or
All the
whatever.
technical stuff. Yeah.
But I do think that I'd be curious to see what happens with Wicked 2. But or part 2, I should say. But yeah, I thought she deserved it. Felicity Jones and the Brutalist, I self-admittedly have not watched this film and probably won't. It's just too long. But maybe I'll watch it in parts like it's a TV series, like a half hour every day for 4 days or whatever.
Well, Soiree had a very interesting take on it.
Yes, he did.
I was cracking up. He said that movie was the equivalent of like going on a date with a male model who can't stop talking but should basically shut up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. He's like pretty to look at, but that's about it.
That's about it. Okay. Well, yeah, I have some thoughts about that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And then Isabella Rossellini in Conclave, which I have to say, when I first heard she was nominated, I was confused. And then when I saw it, I got it. I also think this is like, they make sure that they round out the nominees, particularly people who've been here for a minute. And if you're still acting, I feel like you're generally going to get a nom. You know what I mean? Just off the strength of your body of work and who you are. So I liked her in it. I thought she was good. She wasn't in it for entire time, but she did have some pivotal moments. But yeah, I'm not mad at Zoe winning this. I think her performance was great. So yeah.
All right. I might go ahead and check this out now. Just
Yeah.
like what her performance is about. It just seems like so much going on. Oh my gosh. And we've talked about this. It's very hard for me to deal with musicals on film.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But sometimes I do like to wait until after I see the winners
Yeah.
to see the film because then I'm like, did you deserve that? Did you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some certain things I can wait on. Like I'm actually now more excited about seeing Honora than I
Yeah.
was.
Now that
Now that it took everything. So, and I guess we could segue into that.
You want to talk about well, look, that film cleaned up.
They cleaned up.
Like,
Yeah, they cleaned up. They won all the big ones.
they won all
So
the big ones. So okay, yeah. So we can go with actress, which was Mikey Madison, for Nora. It's interesting because I mean, look, Sean Baker has been this guy that's kind of swept in and be really becoming a thing now, or has become a thing, and does films kind of differently and on low budgets. I think that's the magic of what he's been able to do. That being said, look, I watched Honora. I watched Honora late at night, a while back, and it's a loud film. It's a lot of F-bombs. Apparently, there's like 400 and something plus F-bombs in that film, which is wild. And if you see her and what she's like in real life, you can tell there was a transformation, right? Like she, not maybe physically, but like she did her research on this part, right? Like she spent time in strip clubs in Brooklyn, which is where this movie takes place. She got a dialect coach so she can get that like accent right from Brighton Beach, that area of Brooklyn. She took classes to learn how to dance on the pole and twerk and all that stuff. So like and when you hear her, I've seen that girl out before. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I respect it. I really do. And I still don't think it was the right choice. I lean to Demi Moore, because Substance was probably my favorite film, one of my favorite films of the year. And I felt like she really went there. You know what I mean? Like she really went there. I think the things that she had to do to embody that role, the makeup and the transformation and like just all of it. Like I thought that her performance was that. And the same with Cynthia Erivo. I mean, I thought that she was fantastic as Elphaba. I mean, just the little things that you have to embody to play that role and to play it correct and true, she really got. And of course, the vocal performance. I mean, people have had less acting and gotten Oscars for it. So I feel like, that was shade. But I feel like,
but it wasn't a lot.
You know what I mean? So that really, or more acting and less vocal ability and gotten Oscars, right? So, I just felt like that. I knew she wasn't going to win because of what the conversation was, but I felt like she deserved it. I did not see I'm Still Here, so I can't speak to that.
Fernanda Torres. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'll check it out maybe sometime. And the other girl, I don't know her, so can't speak. She did.
Shade.
So what I will say about Carlos Sofia Gasson is that I do feel like she was the right person to play that role. And I feel like the first half of the role she really bodied. It was the second half for me that she lost. I lost I didn't feel like it was as great. So, and I guess playing two different roles in one could be challenging.
For sure. But if you're a good actress, then you can execute it.
So perhaps if she was more concerned about that and not if we get spring rolls at the vaccine, then she would have figured out. But
because I feel like her ass shouldn't have been there. How about that?
I do too. I think it was actually because of like, I don't know, Will Smith is banned for years, then maybe like they can keep that same energy. But we are. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. But I mean, I think you should definitely go back and watch Nora.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out Honora. Well, The Substance was so good to me, and I definitely felt, the way that you did, that Demi Moore probably should have taken home that statue. I mean, she really dug deep for that. Um, but the irony of Mikey Madison and Demi Moore being up against each other for this award and
Yep.
it going to Mikey Madison is very much the
Yeah,
premise of The Substance.
yeah.
So
Look at that. Art
I
and
just think that's
life.
great. Yeah, yeah, the art imitates life of it all. Like, what? That's
Yeah,
crazy. But Mikey got it, and Demi had all the other things. So she definitely got recognized up until this point,
yeah.
but it went to the baby. Mikey Madison is such a cool name
No,
for a girl.
it's great.
I mean, of course, it's her stage name
Right,
because
right,
her name's definitely Michaela.
right.
But we love a good, girl with a boy's name moment,
I mean,
obviously.
obviously, right? It'd be crazy if we didn't. That would be
Hello, it's
yeah.
sweet.
But yeah, no, I thought, okay, she got it and it's hers, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later as far as some other things she could have changed. But yeah, as far as getting the award, she got it, and we got to give her props.
We gotta give her props.
And then just actor, we're gonna go to actor now.
Oh my gosh,
So Adrian Brody won this, and again, I haven't seen The Brutalist, but I feel away. See why? I feel like I heard this towards the end of the award cycle, and I didn't realize this, that he used AI for the accent that he uses in this movie.
Okay, so maybe that was the controversy that I was thinking of. Remember when I was like, there's something going on with The Brutalist?
Yes, yep.
Where it's like now in the realm of controversy along with Amelia Perez, and
yes,
that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like that is a miss. And I feel like when you look, I didn't see, they say that Timothée Chalamet was great in A Complete Unknown. They say, he put on weight, which that sounds hilarious, but apparently he put on weight for this role.
Okay.
He learned how to sing, learned how to play the song. He did some work on this role, prior, really prepping. So I didn't see it, but I will see it. And, he was nominated and he actually won the SAG, right? So at least people are definitely feeling like man's got chops. I just think it's too soon in his career, but I mean, shoot, Mikey's 25, so I guess maybe not.
Yeah, she hasn't done all that much before this, so it can definitely happen.
Right,
but
yeah. Coleman Domingo.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me either, actually.
I don't like that idiotic accent thing.
Yeah, that to me is, especially for a film that it wasn't like you were doing a cameo for 2 minutes. You were in this film that's 3.5 hours long. I need you to learn.
You were the star. Learn
that feels crazy to me. But okay. And then Coleman and Sing Sing. I think Sing Sing got shafted a little bit this year. It's a film that deserved more noms. I feel like Coleman's performance in this was just so good, and I mean, look, he's good pretty much in everything, right? But I felt like this particularly deserved something. I also felt like his co-star, Clarence Macklin, also deserved the nom and probably should have been in that space in lieu of Kieran Culkin. We are. But probably a few people that could have been there, including Denzel for Gladiator 2. But look, we're not going to harp on the past.
Okay.
And
these are all the things that I've heard people saying.
Yeah, but yeah, Coleman, I think, was deserved. I knew he wasn't going to get it in this lineup, but I'm glad that he got nominated. And then we've got Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, which, I mean, it's him. He was great. I mean, there's nothing
he's going to do his thing. But I don't think that this was the role for him to win on. I don't.
I feel that. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And then Sebastian Stan, who I haven't seen The Apprentice. but they say he was great. So
And the thing is, I don't want him to win for that role.
okay.
Or I didn't want him to win for that role because I did not really want a movie about that person to be made. So
Yeah.
it's just more glorifying foolishness as far as I'm concerned. But he ate.
Yeah.
So here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Adrian Brody now has like the longest acceptance speech in history.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Man, he had
Yeah, he had a lot to say. Again, I wish he had that same energy when he was learning the accent, but
right, because all the time you took talking, you could have learned. Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's corny. Like, like, I don't know. That'd be like if it was like, we found out on The Wire that Idris Elba used AI to talk. Like, that'd be nuts. Like, what are we doing? So
that's literally a part of acting. Like, I don't, yeah, that. And then he had to give a damn speech that was as long as anybody's constitution. Like, I don't know.
It's not sat right with me after that. And like I said, I have to see that. Maybe I had no interest in seeing the film, but now I feel like maybe I want to really see, because maybe the performance was that dope that it didn't matter that he had AI accent.
Yeah, maybe he overshadowed that part.
But that doesn't sit right with me, because even back when I was like wanting to be an actor back in the day, that was the thing I always thought about. Like, I'm not great with accents, so like if I had to do this, I'd have to really work at it. I would want to commit to it. I wouldn't want to just like phone it in that way.
Right.
But,
yeah, that's a little bit of a cheat for me.
Yeah,
that's cheating a little bit.
Okay, and then sorry, so what'd you say?
No, I was just saying let's not do that. Like, I hope that doesn't become a thing.
I mean, it probably will, but I would hope not. Because then people were saying that they were AI microphones with Wicked and all. We hear all kinds of stuff now, so who knows? But for sure, he used that for his accent. So, and obviously, we know Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo can sing. So let's not even,
That's not even right. Come on. So yeah, whatevs.
All right, I'm gonna skip to just two more because there's other awards, but they're fine. You can look them up. Best Picture, going to Anora. Yeah. I think this was supposed to be Emilia Perez. And once the controversy happened, they shifted. That's how I feel.
Yep.
But Anora got it, and okay. Like, I don't know what to say about it. Like, because I did enjoy the film. Like, I know a lot of people, like, I saw on my timeline, even like when it happened, my brother texted me, like, was Anora that good? And I was just like, I know, because this always happens, especially when awards, a movie or a TV show like sweep in awards. People are like, okay, like this happened with like Ted Lasso. I still feel this way about Veep. Like, it can't be that good, but everyone seems to enjoy it. But yeah, it definitely causes.
I just wonder if years from now, people are going to look back at that win and be like, that wasn't it. The way that they do with Crash. Remember when Crash won Best Picture?
Yep.
And everybody was hyped that night, but then like down the line, everybody was like, this movie's terrible. I can't believe this movie won Best Picture. So I don't know if Anora might suffer that same fate at some point, but it won director, it won all the big things.
Screenplay, yeah,
screenplay, all of it. So I am definitely now like, I'm on it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see if it was worth all of the hype.
I don't know. I feel like hype is very hard. Well, and that's to be fair, that's also why I try to watch things before they win, because I feel like now I'm comparing it to what the hype was versus trying to consume it as for what it is. But nonetheless, when you watch it, let me know. We'll talk about it here, obviously. All right, one more word I want to talk about before we probably take a little break is costume design. And hey, there's what Paul Tazewell.
That man made history.
Yeah. Yep.
Made history. First Black man to ever win Best Costume Design for Wicked. Very much deserved.
1000%.
That was just, oh my God, the work on that is just wild.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's been doing his thing for a very long time, right? I'm so happy for him. It's like you said, it's well deserved. And we love it, like more of it, and I saw a picture of him and Ruth Carter embracing or like talking, and that made me smile even more, like
Yes, yes, That's a moment. Paul and Ruth Carter, posted up together as Oscar winners in Best Costume Design is such a, I don't know, like it just brings tears in my eyes because at one point I wanted to be a costume designer, and just them being in that space just makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy. And I have my favorites, right? I have my go-tos.
Right.
But my girl wins every time.
Yep.
She's nominated. And it's not like she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But you have to recognize other people's work as well. And I'm just glad that, some other people are getting their burn. And by my fave, I'm talking about Jesus, my brain isn't shit.
I know. It's been a day.
Oh my gosh.
I know you talk about the one who's done he does everything.
Like literally everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you're talking about. I can't think of it right now. Sorry, when we come back, we'll say it. But let me
do my Googles because Lord knows that woman's name lives rent free in my head until I'm talking about her, and then I can't.
And then, because she won recently, right? I feel like she won. She didn't do Cruella, right? No, that's someone else.
No, she didn't do Cruella. That's Jenny
Van,
But she's also that girl. I'll have it'll pop into my head.
Okay. Word. Okay. Well,
and I'll scream it like a crazy person. So.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to take a little break here, but this historic win, I think, is a great segue to talk about what happened prior to the awards, which is the red carpet.
Yes.
And we listen, everyone who knows us in real life, and I guess online as well, expects this conversation from us. And so I think it's important for us to have it because, fashion is very much a part of our lives and a part of our bond, but also a part of storytelling, right? So, we can dive in and disclaimer. Listen, folks, friends of mine that do styling, we're just talking. You know what I mean? Like you did this.
Nothing personal. Nothing personal.
So good when I see you out at Lock and Key and wherever in Soul House, like buy you a drink. It's all good. We're just talking. It's fine.
You're about to get cussed out.
No, it's fine. That's all right. But yeah, we'll take a little break and we'll come back. We'll talk about the fashion with a capital F.
Cool. Okay. Oh, Colleen Atwood.
Yes. Why was that so hard?
Why was that so hard? Why was that so hard? Like,
I thought every name but. I'm like, oh, it's such and such. Maybe it's Jacqueline Duran. No, it's definitely.
It's definitely Colleen Atwood. She is my fave costume designer. Or I should definitely say like top 3.
Yeah.
She's definitely my top 3. And for those who don't know, she's done all the things. She usually works with Tim Burton. So, Sleepy Hollow. I think she did the last Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, which I wasn't thrilled about.
Yeah, but she did that. Yeah.
But I guess it was appropriate for the time.
Yeah.
That the movie is set in, which is like now, when people don't really dress. But if you look at like her period work or
Yeah.
something where she's forced to like be a little edgier, a little different, um, and you know, Tim Burton's always going to give you edgy and different. So the way that she's able to kind of like translate his films
Yeah.
through the looks is just everything to me, especially Dark Shadows. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What? Michelle Pfeiffer in Dark Shadow. Okay, don't even get me started. But yes, Colleen Atwood, she is that girl.
Oh, she's doing Kiss of the Spider Woman. Oh yeah, she's about to win again.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Now, if J Lo wins an Oscar, all right, we're not ready for that conversation.
We're definitely not going there.
Listen, they were saying like, look, if Mikey Madison can win for Nora, why didn't J Lo get it for Hustlers? And I said, well, nah, it's a reach, but I get it. In theory,
I'm gonna let you figure that one out on your own.
you need to see Hustlers. You still have not seen it. We talked about that like pre-episode one.
I ask you to bring that up, okay?
Just look, no, we keep people accountable. We keep each other accountable.
Not an accountability coach for hustlers. That's nuts. I'm gonna get to that. I am.
Get it. We're gonna do a movie night here, and it's gonna be all about strippers. We're gonna watch that, Honora, Players Club. It's gonna be great. We'll watch Beauty in the Black.
Girls.
You said what?
Showgirls.
Showgirls, yeah. Well, speaking of Oscar snub, for sure. Like
Now, please don't piss me off. They cleaned up at the Razzies, that's for sure.
one thing that Rax is gonna do is rewarding the performance, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have to go through that list too, just to see what's going on over there, see who they're dragging. But yeah, so let's get into this red carpet.
Good.
We had some hits.
We did.
We had some hits. Unfortunately, they weren't from the people who were actually nominated or who won, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, what's your first?
They were definitely from the people who were just there for a good time.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you. I mean, I could start because I don't have that many when it comes. Men's is always tough at these awards because generally speaking, very few guys take risks, and it's gonna be an Armani tux, and that's it. But I did like that some people did go for it. So my first look that I thought was dope. We already talked about him at length, but it's Coleman Domingo's outfit. It wasn't my favorite from him. He's wearing custom Valentino. That red was a bit much for me, and he can pull off color very easily, but it just didn't feel like an Oscar outfit to me. That felt like after. That felt like something else. I felt like for his run he's had since he's been being nominated, like even last year and such, he's just been killing it. And I just felt like this wasn't my favorite look from him.
Nominee, I totally agree. I think he looked great because Coleman Domingo can just hang a suit.
Yeah.
And you can just dress that body in anything, and it's probably going to be a hit.
Yeah.
But for him to have been nominated, I did not like it. And I also do not care for red and black together as a combo in general. But if anybody is going to pull it off, it's going to be him. Now, I don't know if you saw his look at the Vanity Fair party, but that should have been his look at the Oscars.
I don't know why they did that. I know he probably wanted color, and so maybe that's why, whatever. But like for it, I don't know. It was a lot. But yeah, I preferred his. I think he was wearing Dolce & Gabbana at the Vanity Fair party. But
I loved the Vanity Fair look, even though it was all black, but that sparkle, and it still looked more appropriate for the moment to me.
Yeah.
Than doing the pop of color thing. Like, I get that too. But that looked too understated for a nominee. If he was just presenting or just, there for shits and giggles, maybe. But I felt like for him being nominated and for what we've seen on him in the past, this was not my favorite.
I agree. Yeah, I'm relooking at his outfit at the Vanity Fair party, and that suit to glove with the watch.
Oh my God, that glove ate.
And gloves can be, gloves are, if it don't fit, you must acquit kind of energy. Like need it,
Sir, please.
But I'm saying,
Now is not the time. You are the worst.
no, but you know what I'm saying. Meaning, like, it doesn't go with y'all leave it at home, not murder. But yeah, I think it definitely gloves can be tricky. But here it worked. So yeah, I feel like I agree. His Vanity Fair look greater than his Oscar look.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I loved it so much. Well, I want everything that this man wears in my size. And I said that on one of the posts, Women and Micah, who's his style team.
Yep.
They posted something he had on, and I was like, can I just get everything this man wears in a size 4? And they were like laughing at me for that. I don't know if Wayman and Michael run their own account or if somebody runs it for them, but they found that to be funny. I was not playing. And I'm still waiting for my size 4s and everything this man has worn for like the past 3 years. It's oh, chef's kiss with that man and how they are dressing him. But again, I just didn't think that red jacket with a black lapel was enough for me for him being nominated. Um, who else you got?
For that. And shout out to Women and Micah, just in general.
I'm obsessed.
And yeah, Micah, I knew back in the day in New York. And every now and then I see him, I'm like, yo, bro, it's good to see you, dude. He's killing it. I remember the days of trying to figure out the styling stuff. So it's great. It's just, I don't know, it's very kind. All right, who else do I have? So I also have Jeremy Strong and Laura Piana. And a lot of people didn't like this look, but I worked with it. I thought it was different. I think it was at least a nice color, like that brown. I feel like brown suiting is underrated. And like the crisscross tie. I don't know. I feel like he took a lot of risks this season in general.
Oh my God, did he ever?
And I know people were like, what? But I rocked with it. I thought that it was different and I appreciated it. So it was definitely on one of my like to notice looks for sure.
Yeah, I thought this was a great improvement for him at these awards. Everything that he was doing up until this moment was frightening, if I'm being honest. Especially the Kermit the Monster.
I love that look.
Lord help me. The Kermit the Frog
with the monster
thing going on. Yeah, I know. Like Kermit the Frog, Cookie Monster. Let's just mash them together. Why not? No, but he wore like some weird green look to like the SAG Awards or something like that. Oh, that was crazy. I was not feeling that at all. And he's been worrying me a few times this award season. So I was happy to see him pull off that brown. It was like that color was amazing. It was almost pewter.
Right.
Like it was like that gold and silver kind of mixed together. I really, really liked that on him. I will give you that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I can also switch to like the women's looks too, because like men's there's only so many. But before I do that, I will say another person I really liked their look. Speaking of brown suits, was Andrew Garfield.
Oh my God, what the hell happened to Andrew Garfield?
Yeah,
that man's glow up, baby.
Yeah, he's had some. I don't know, but brother is out here, and I thought that look was great. That's a look you don't even have to change to the Vanity Fair party. You can wear that.
No, just wear that the whole night. He looked so nice, but he's been killing it. He is really a zaddy now. Like, when did that happen?
It's nuts. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but man, and he looks great and he's killing it. And, I think it was, if you're not going to do a tie, that was the way to do it. So
yes, absolutely. Yeah, that rich chocolate brown No tie is very hard to pull off for the Oscars because it can look a little lazy,
Yep.
or unpolished for the event.
Yep.
No, he did it. He did it. He nailed it. And I definitely like what they're doing for him. Um, I'll
Mm-hmm.
switch over to the ladies for a little bit because one of the girlies that I really loved was not even a nominee.
Okay.
I just feel like the timelessness and the consistency that
Mhm.
is Halle Louise Berry. I mean,
Yeah,
be for real.
he's insane.
Like, what is happening with this woman that she is just impeccable
Yeah.
after all these years? Just stunning. Stunning. Okay. So I just wanted to do like a little honorable mention to
No,
her.
that's
You know,
that.
she
No,
just,
that's not. Listen, that's more than honorable mention. She deserves. She looked incredible. Red carpet is her domain, and like
it's her domain. Christian Siriano went in his bag.
that's the best dress he's done in I think about 10 years. Like, um, he really, and I get it because I was listening to him on the red carpet, and obviously they're showing the looks, and then she showed up, and he was like, this is a dream of mine. Like I've always wanted to dress her, and I finally got the opportunity. I wasn't gonna like mess it up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Shows and really, she was involved in what she wanted, and like it was fantastic. Her hair looked great. Everything, all of it was top notch. Like she gets it. Every time.
Yes, yes, yes. It was wins all around. Someone else's dress who I really loved, and it was very fitting for her, Doja Cat.
Yeah, I like Doja Cat's outfit a lot, or outfit dress a lot. It was Balmain, I believe. Uh,
Hmm.
she it was inspired by a design from like the 50s, and it felt very much in that realm, and
Yep, yep.
it worked for her great. And it actually looks better, I think, when you see, like when I saw it on the red carpet, not that I was there, guys, but when I saw it on red carpet, like the video, seeing it, and then when I saw the image, I was like, oh, you need to see it in video. Like it doesn't necessarily
Yes, the fabric. Yeah, you have to see it
Yep.
live,
Yep.
basically. You have to see it in motion. It's beautiful. And
Mhm.
I love a good animal print moment done right.
Yeah.
Leopard is like
I
my
know.
my staple neutral, if you will. And I just felt like that was so good. The fit was great. I loved it. I was not crazy about the hair, but Doja is going to Doja, so we're not even going to go there. But
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about that subject, but what I will say is I felt like for someone who has played around with hair ideas and um, different styles and textures and lengths, I'm surprised that she didn't continue that. But you know,
yeah, she tried something, and I don't know what the
it,
thought was behind that, but I know her as someone who is going to be quirky in some kind of way. Like she's never going to give us a slick back chignon. Like that's
yeah,
just not her. You know what I mean? So she had to go a little wacky somewhere, and I guess she chose the hair and the brows to kind of be a little edgy. Um,
yeah.
but
You'll have to do a substack on what's going on with the shorty's brows as of late, but I'm gonna let you handle that because the eyebrows are wild in these streets. But
eyebrows are having their own time right now. It's bushy wolf brows. It's, thin lines. It's all
nope,
the things. And
it's
everything goes. Everything goes now. Did you not know? We are at the end of times, honey. You can do whatever you want.
you're right.
Uh, who else? Oh, I thought Selena Gomez
Yeah, Mm-hmm.
was perfection.
Yeah, that's the best she's ever looked.
The best.
Yeah, I thought she was wearing Ralph Lauren, excuse me, and it was just great. It tailored perfection, fit her to the T, beautiful
Mhm.
perfection, like very all Hollywood, but didn't age her. Like it was top
Yes,
notch.
it was soft. It was very old Hollywood, but it was still soft enough
Yep.
to like keep it a little youthful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cut, the fabric, that that beating, I don't even know what was happening with the beating of it all. I was looking at it up close and I still can't figure out like what is happening. It is beautiful. That is a beautiful dress. The details on it are just impeccable. I thought the jewelry was great. I thought her hair was
Hmm.
perfect. Like she nailed it. She nailed it for me. Um, and I will also say that Demi Moore
Yes.
was a big fat W for me. She really, I mean, she's been, let me tell you something, Brad Goreski
I know.
as her stylist, that is a match made in heaven.
Yep. Yep.
The things that he is doing and has done with her since she's popped back on the scene, oh my goodness. I'm like, is this being talked about enough? I don't feel like this is being talked about enough, but her style has been flawless
Mhm.
this past year.
Yep.
Flawless.
Yep.
So she absolutely, to me, looked appropriate, had the right amount of skin showing. It was awesome. Was that Armani? I think it was Armani Privé.
That's correct. Yep. Mm.
Oh, so good. So good. I mean, I was, you know, pleasantly surprised by a lot of what I saw here because I was so confused by everything that I've seen up until this point.
Yeah, you were not a fan.
Oh my God. And you know, we've talked about this. Like, whenever things are crazy in the world,
Yeah.
you know, when politics is at its all-time low, or we're in war times, or there's just weird shit going on, these red carpets really suffer. I don't think people are putting the psychology together, but take it from somebody who studied this and
Right.
had a degree in it. This shit affects them. Like, I was so confused by everything that happened at the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards that I had like six best dressed between the two of those shows. So for me to be able to pull out a good handful of girls had showed up and really looked great for this award show, I was like almost having like a sigh of relief, like, whew, okay, they pulled it together. It was very lackluster on those other red carpets. So
Mm.
shout out to everybody who actually said, you know what, we're gonna care. We're gonna try this time. No matter what's going on, never mind that we are in the throes of the dark ages. Um, we're gonna put our best foot forward. So I'm glad to see that some of the girlies actually took the time to just look crisp and polished and like a celebrity.
Yes.
I don't understand wrinkled on the red carpet. I don't understand you look like you got dressed in the limo on the way over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's they're definitely, I mean, I feel like Golden Globes, we talked about it even before, the top of the year. We were like, it just sneaks up on you. And I feel like maybe that was the energy. Um,
yes, maybe
like,
people's calendars
well, waits today,
throwing them off.
and then like life was happening, things were crazy and fires and things like that. So I
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep in mind we did have those fires and people were probably worrying about losing their homes. I'm giving grace. Don't get it twisted. I'm definitely giving grace for all the natural disasters we've been experiencing. But I just need people to be able to make the connection between what is going on in the world and how people dress. It's a thing. So I was glad to see the girlies pull it together. But one of my other standouts, was Yvonne Orji.
Yeah. I mean,
Again, not just somebody just hanging out on the red carpet. She's not up for anything.
like it was brunch. Stop it. But I feel you. They're not nominated for anything, not presenting anything.
Not
Just
presenting, right, but still showed up like she was a part of the show, and I appreciate it. I feel like she looked great. Her dress was very similar to Hallie's.
was my only thing. It felt, and by no guilt of her, by no fault of her, but it felt a little like, no, I can't say that. That's crazy.
What?
Like what I bought versus what I paid for versus what I got. Like
No.
it's just because like when I was like posting, I post like we both post on our socials like recaps, and I do the little poll and the whole thing.
Right.
I was like looking for, and I was like, wait, did I post this already? And I was like, oh no, it's Yvonne Orji. So it was like definitely, it felt very similar, I should say. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
similar.
a bootleg or anything like that. It wasn't. We've seen that happen before. It wasn't that. But yeah, it was definitely good though. It was a good look. It was a good look. It just definitely felt a little reductive, and it's not her fault. It's not like it happened last year and she did it this year. It's just people were both into metallic and the haircuts and the whole thing. So
Yeah, there was a lot of metallic moments going on this year. Yeah, those were some of my standouts. And then we had the folks who pushed the envelope a little bit,
Hmm?
and I wasn't here for it.
Let's okay. So these are people who didn't win. These are people who we feel like weren't it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like, okay, look, I get it, right? I get when you want to like take a risk. I think, that's what, the starlets should be doing. But I think there's a time and a place.
Okay.
And when you are the front runner for winning an Academy Award,
Oh no.
you should know that that is not the time to try to do some extra shit.
Yeah.
Like you've got to nail that. And I feel like Zoe should not have chosen that particular look for this particular moment. She is never really a miss for me.
Yeah.
Part of that is because, again, she's like, it's like the female Coleman. Like you can pretty much put that body in anything,
Yeah.
and it's going to look amazing. But this particular gown that she wore,
Yeah.
and I believe it was Saint Laurent,
Correct.
I was not a fan. And I hate that. I hate that for me. I hate it for her. I wanted to love her look this night,
Yeah.
and I just didn't. I don't know because I'm always looking for like what could have been done to make me love it.
Hmm.
I think if it was all black,
Okay.
probably would have appreciated it a little bit more. It's something about the bubble effect, the tearing, the color. It's just altogether not working for me.
Yeah.
It's just not working for me. I think if it was all black, I may have liked it a little bit more, but I also would not have even gone with this silhouette for her for this moment.
It doesn't work.
It seems sad. It looks sad to me.
It's a little frumpy, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So like this kind of billowed kind of balloon silhouette looked better on like Daniel Deadwaller during SAG. Like I felt like that kind of look was done already and it was done better. This felt like, I don't know, like they didn't finish. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it was supposed to be something else. I hated the gloves again. Like I just felt like it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. And I just feel like she's edgier than this. So this felt like a miss.
Yes. Yes. This was not the night
Yeah,
This is not the night for
do
this.
that at the BAFTAs. Do that at, not oh, I keep saying the BAFTAs, but like do it somewhere else where it's not going to be your big moment, your Oscar moment, and you're in that dress. Like,
I almost want to see what her other options were.
and
Right? Like, don't you want to see like what was this up against that you guys
chose this.
decided like this is it? I would have never looked at this and said, this is it.
I hate it. I really hate it. The more the more I look at it, the more I hate it.
The more you look at it, the madder you get. That's
Like
hilarious.
you're too pretty of a girl, you're too solid of a girl. And
Yes. Oh my God. I feel like this dress is not pretty enough for her. And I don't even hate the gloves. Not with this.
it like I said, this is giving a quick change. Like underneath it, she's supposed to take it off and do like, all that jazz. Like it's just I hated it. Like
Yeah, I didn't like the necklace with it. It was just
it's
no.
wrong.
Mm-mm. Sorry, Zoe, and I love you, girl, but no. Um, who else didn't quite cut it for me?
Peter Nyong'o, because that's mine.
Lupita. Oh, that Chanel was not.
That was Chanel. That was
Good
not.
night. I'm done. I'm done.
It was definitely Chanel because, like, here's the thing. Like, Lupita was having moments, right? She was that girl, especially during 12 Years a Slave and, like all the things she's nominated for and whatnot. But this look is the definition of over-designed and underwhelming. Like,
It's so overdone.
it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. Like,
And for the design house, and this is how you know these kids do not know the history of Chanel. Because whoever is running things over there now does not know the brand's DNA.
yeah, the codes are missing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, it's too much going on. I saw about 5 things hanging off of that dress that I just wanted to rip off. And it would have been such a better moment.
Yeah.
Go back into the archives. Like, ugh, I'm so disappointed in Chanel. I have not been able to wrap my head around Chanel ever since Carl died. So
Neither have they. So so don't stress. Like you're both just as confused. It's that they have to work on it every day.
oh my God, it's killing me.
Rid of that sequin, that like embellished bodice, and just had that white billowing with the, like it was like too many ideas. Like
So many ideas all happening right in the middle of the dress, and it's just it was a lot. Didn't like it. And she, like you said, we know what she's capable of. So this is not her fault. This is, I don't know, these stylists, they're getting very experimental, but not in the right ways, in my opinion. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Okay, I get it. They've been dressing in the flow of the film.
Yeah.
But like it's a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot. And I kind of wanted them to not be so obvious with it for the Oscars.
I see. Okay.
Like architecturally, like they've been wearing art pieces.
For sure.
So I get it.
For sure.
And speaking of art, the dress that Ariana Grande performed in.
Yeah, but that was
really with the ruby slipper inspired. Oh my God. Now that I feel like she should have just worn to the show.
I agree. I don't think she needed, I mean, I appreciate the other look, and God bless her for being able to sit in that outfit all night. But
I don't know how either one of those ladies sat.
Yeah, it's wild to me. But
I would love to see the construction underneath of that. I like that is, I live for that kind of stuff. So
good. Yeah. But yeah, so I thought her look at, the performance was a little better than the red carpet. And then on the flip side, I really didn't need the Cynthia Erivo look and the performance. I preferred the red carpet there, but I know that was like
I disagree. I hard disagree. I wish Cynthia would have worn her performance gown to the actual Oscars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like that for both of them. I mean, I don't know how Ariana would have sat with that shoe in her back. So maybe that wouldn't have been a good idea. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen both of them wear what they performed in as their like main looks for the awards.
Yeah, I didn't love. I don't know. Something about the flower wall was making me
Too
feel
much flower,
it was too
too much
much.
florals going on.
Like it was bridal couture. It was very, it was like okay, like
Yeah, I could see how you could get
you
it.
were already doing a lot as far as like it was very much here comes the bride, defying gravity, but I didn't. I just prefer the other look, but I get it. It's beautiful, and well done, and all that stuff, but. Um, Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I have two looks. I have a look that I really did not like. And it was making me sad. And it's her. Um,
What was happening with
I
her?
don't know what happened there. I want to hope she's okay. I don't know if she was like running to the red carpet. I don't know if like the steamer went out and she was just like, look, let's just go. But that look and that belt. No, sir, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like you are better than this. It was not
That belt. Oh my God, that belt wore me out.
it. Legit.
No pun intended. That belt
I can't. Like,
killed me.
yeah, I couldn't do it. It felt very. I just didn't think it was a great outfit. I was very disappointed in it. And on the men's side, people love this look, but I was not in love with Timothée Chalamet's look.
No.
I appreciate that it was leather or part leather and it was a color, but it's just already too much. He's been a little wacky. Speaking of someone being wacky on the red carpet, I feel like it's been him.
Yes, for
But
sure.
that look was not it to me. That look it was a little vaudeville. It was a little, they both reached for the gun antics. Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's been doing these little Western notes,
Yeah.
especially like with the neck
Mm-hmm.
and things.
All
And
that stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not really a fan. The only reason why it doesn't completely turn me off is because he's young and I see, what they're trying to do with him. I see what they're trying to do. I don't really need to see him in a classic
No,
tuxedo.
I don't see the Armani, but like,
Yeah, I don't need to see, but this is a little too casual for me for this moment. I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, it looks more like Grammys than Oscars.
agreed. Agreed. Yep. Agreed. Yeah.
And again, you're nominated.
Right.
So like
Right.
like a nominee.
If he had won in that, can you imagine?
Oh my God, I would have been so pissed. I would have been so mad. And he would have been mad a few years from now, looking back, like, damn, I really
I really did
my
that.
first Oscar in that and nobody stopped me.
Right.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I haven't really been a fan of too much of his stuff, but like I said, I get what they're trying to do and I appreciate what they're trying to do with him,
Mhm.
but it's not quite hitting the way that they think it's hitting. I want to see him. I don't even know what designer would probably be a good look for him yet, because I really haven't paid him too much mind up until now. I feel like Timothée Chalamet, I mean, I know he's been around, but like he's kind of been in that whole mix of other, actors around his like I can't really like Tom Holland, him, they all look alike to me. So like,
No, I feel it. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like there's like a little pack of them that they all like just look alike and I can't really
Too.
heads or tails who's in what at what point. So this is the first time that I'm really getting to see enough of him for me to be able to say, okay, I actually know who that is now.
Yeah.
So for him to be in our faces, I want to see him, do a little bit better. I'd like to see his team do a little bit more with him because he could be that kid. Like he could be that dude.
No, for sure. And I think that's what, and then like maybe earlier on, they had done a better job of that. He was taking some risk and, he was like, in the sequence and the glittery stuff. And like, he was really having a moment. And then after this film, it was like, okay, now it's porn stash and just like, all quiet on the Western Front vibes. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if this is it.
Very meanwhile back at the ranch. And
No,
I'm not.
1,000%.
And I don't like Western references in general. Like, please don't kill me, y'all, but I'm not a fan. Cowboy hats, cowboy boots, the whole shit is very costumey to me.
Bow tie the other day. I love it.
What'd you say?
I was doing a bow tie the other day. I love it.
Ugh, I don't. I feel like it's costumey. I feel like it's the equivalent of wearing an Indian headdress. Like, why are you doing this if you're not an actual cowboy? Please, like, no, whatever. Anyway, let's take a little break and
Right. When we come back, we'll finish up.
we'll finish up and we'll say like best dressed man, best dressed woman overall for each of us.
Okay, word. Let's do that.
Cool.
All right, we're back. Sorry, y'all. All right, cool. So now that we're back, we're going to you can go first, Tristan and ladies first, of course. Beauty over age, et cetera, et cetera. She doesn't really work.
First of all,
Yeah, but it works, but not really.
crazy.
Yeah. You go first. But yeah, who is your best dressed, I guess, woman and best dressed man? Or yeah.
Okay, my best dressed man was, and this might surprise some folks, but I'm gonna have to give it to Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
He was actually my fave. And I don't know, in another world, in an alternate universe, I probably would not have chosen him. But
Yeah.
for like some reason, this is just working for me. I felt like his look gave as much edge as we need, right? By going with the all brown.
Yep.
But it was still so polished.
Yep.
He had on the perfect shoe. He had on the perfect accessories. We love that beard on him. Just those little hints of like the shine from the shirt and on the lapel. I just felt like he nailed it.
Yeah.
It's young, it's fun, but it was still, I know where I'm going and I'm dressed. Like he looks like he smells good. Like, that's what we want to see from the fellas. So I'm gonna go with him for my guy. And for best dressed female, this was hard for me.
Yeah.
But I am gonna have to go with Selena Gomez.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like from head to toe, Selena was that girl. She did not have anything out of place for me.
Yeah.
Accessories were perfect. The hair was perfect. The makeup was perfect. The fit of the gown. I just felt like everything worked.
Yeah.
So, shout out to her. She is my best dressed female.
Look at that. Who knew? But shout out to that. No, that's great. Men's is hard for me. I kind of am split. I feel like as far as the most classic look, like doing that correctly, it was Adrian Brody. I felt like he well, I loved the brooch detail, whatever that was, that like
he did have that stellar brooch.
Stellar brooch on. His grooming was on. Like I felt like he really the stature, the way he hung the suit, I felt like that for sure was my top. But also I'm with you on Andrew Garfield, man. He really, I mean, again, that brown, that chocolate brown, the mix of the silk shirt with the suiting, the shoe, all of it, he just really, even the necklace with the little bit of that, just little, like I'm all about it, especially since I'm all of a sudden into jewelry now. Personally, it just was right. He had the glasses, but he didn't put them on. Like it was just very like it was on. So for sure that for men's and for women's, hands down, Mikey Madison. Kidding. Psych. No
Boy,
way.
please don't play with me. I personally didn't bring her up in my like.
Gotta
This is
listen.
like epic missed moments
Yeah, that
because
was-
I know like she's young and like this is her first go with
Oof.
it.
You're like, nah, yo, that was no. My best dressed woman of Oscars was for sure Holly Berry. I mean, there's just no way. She's just perfection. She looked great. She looked, sometimes, I mean, we talk about this, she talked about it. Every now and then the hair could get a little wiggy, even though it's not a wig. It can get a little whatever, but no. And like Holly Berry, when people
I don't think her hair in real life has ever been crazy.
there's a few times, there was one Oscars in particular that the hair got it was a little Suzette Charles like. And I have to find curly wig is crazy. Chris, what are you Googling? It was okay, so it wasn't a wig. That's right.
Charles is sending.
It was 2017 and she wore her hair natural, but it looked a little it wasn't it wasn't given what I felt like I needed to. And I feel like Holly Berry's one of those people that like looks much better with short hair. So
yes, this was not
like,
yeah.
It was very close to the wig she wears in the movies, even though that's her real hair.
Yeah.
But like it just wasn't it.
It was the shape. It was a little shaped odd. Yeah.
It was but she looked better with a short cut. So even that she didn't have like a super, it wasn't long, but it was kind of like that bob situation. It looked great. Like I think she hands down. And again, Kristen Siriano, who dresses a bunch of people and can sometimes be hit or miss. I felt like they got it right. He got it right. She got it right. It was fantastic. Chef's kiss. My best dress for sure.
Agreed. I'm not mad at it at all. Okay, who was your worst?
Timothy Chalamet for the men. That just did not hit. It did not win. I think that if you're going to experiment with color, it could have been done in a more nuanced way. So he was my worst. I mean, Adam Sandler maybe, but we don't know if that's real or not. But
Adam Sandler is a fool.
Adam Sandler maybe. I mean, I wasn't wild about Kieran Culkin's outfit either. And again, for someone who's been winning, I just felt like it's a little plug and play. And Xenia has been killing it when it comes to suiting and what they're doing on red carpet. So I'm not sure what happened there, but for sure Timothy was my worst dress, and probably runner up would have been Karen. And for women, I mean, there were so many options. I mean,
I know you hate to do it, but go ahead.
Zoe Saldana. I mean, it just wasn't. I mean, her is very close, but I feel like because her is not like, I think she was nominated low key, but it still was. I mean, it wasn't great, but for it to really be Zoe's moment, she just did not. It was not it. It was not it, and I'm so sad because I feel like she deserved a better moment. She deserved a better moment for sure. Yeah.
Agree.
Man, he's sad. I don't even want to give it to her. I want to give it to her because I don't want to give it to Zoe, but like, because that belt on her was just, I mean, egregious. But nah, it's gonna go to Zoe. Unfortunately, her look was not it. I hated it.
Yeah. I do not have any notes. For me, worst dressed male, I am also gonna go with our good bro, Timothy Chalamet. I just didn't think it was a strong enough look for the moment.
Yeah.
It was a strange pick, in my opinion. Would have worked well somewhere else.
Yeah.
It would work well at a far less serious show. If I had seen him show up At the Grammys, like I said, I probably wouldn't have cared as much. But for this to be his big night, nominee, had one of the biggest movies of the year, it just didn't look like a whole lot of thought was put into that look. And
Yeah,
I am disappointed. I hope they do more with him going forward.
agreed.
And then my worst dressed female, it's a tie.
Hmm.
It's a tie between two winners.
Is it Zoe and Mikey Madison?
It is.
Oh,
It absolutely is.
man. Yeah,
Ah, Mikey Madison, boo, boo boo.
literally, boo. Yeah, that's
I love you. Stop. Now that was not the boo that I was saying.
it.
That's not the boo that I was going with. But I wanted her to just eat down. I really did. And she gave prom.
Yeah.
She gave prom circa mid 90s. Like, I just, it looked catalog. Her whole look just looked like a catalog.
Hmm.
Um, it was bridesmaid. It was David's bridal bridesmaid. It was, I just didn't feel like that was a winning look for a winner.
Hmm.
And of course, Zoe, for the same reasons, not the moment for a winner.
Agreed.
Not the moment for a winner. It looked sad, like I said earlier, and I just wanted her to come and eat that red carpet alive, and it just
Mhm.
did not happen. So
Nothing.
I don't know. Maybe both looked better in person,
Oh,
um, but I just was not feeling it. Again, for both of them, I would love to see what the other options were,
man.
because I find it very hard to believe that like those looks were the best out of everything they had to choose from.
No, no way. Because they were custom. Mikey's was custom, I thought, and maybe so.
That was custom. No.
I believe hers was custom Dior, Christian Dior. Yeah, that's what I remember thinking. What is this dress? And then I was like, okay. And I think they said it's for sure Dior, but
Right. And I get the reference of, the old Hollywood. It's very Audrey Hepburn. I know
yeah,
what they were going for.
yep. It was a recreation of that, but that's the problem,
Mhm.
right? It feels like a recreation. It
These
doesn't feel like,
recreations are feeling like recreation. Right,
yeah.
exactly.
It's giving like Project Runway Challenge. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely. It's looking very amateur. I don't know
yeah,
if they're not seeing that even the quality is not there.
yeah. The way that pink fabric did not lay correctly, the way it was
Yeah,
like,
no, it didn't.
and then like the bow wasn't, it was like almost too big and not in the right. It wasn't it. It
It
wasn't it. And she's too young of a girl to dress like that, in my opinion. So I just felt, yeah.
felt old. It felt dated. It wasn't a good fit. Yeah, I was not loving,
Hmm.
not loving. But that is our show.
Oh no, this is it. Oh, dang, bro.
This is it. This is the last show of the season. We are working on a lot of things
Right.
for
Yes.
season 2. I just want to say, first of all, the fact that I'm even doing this is crazy to me, because you know how I feel about recording myself doing anything.
Okay.
But I wanted to do this podcast because I thought that it would be really fun, something that we talk about all the time anyway. And for whatever reason, people like hearing us talk our shit.
Which is
So, so I just want to say thank you for doing this with me, because, I wanted to do a podcast, but I did not want to do it by myself. I think talking to yourself is weird. So I'm not really comfortable with it ever being just me. So there's that. And then I just have to say thank you to all the people who listened. Oh my gosh, the feedback has been so amazing. Like people text me, DM me, they talk about how funny we are, and they're actually bringing up the things that we talk about, when they see us because they want to, have further discussion. It's just been a really, really good reception, and I so appreciate anybody who took the time to tune in. All the people who have, come and said, I'm putting on right now as soon as I post that we have a new episode up. All of you guys, I'm just super appreciative that you cared to listen. And I think we are going to do a lot more. This was kind of like our trial run. I feel like this was our trial run. Like we had some issues with, our schedules. We both work full time. We both have lives. So, we had to really, fit this stuff in and get it done and, try to watch the things and, come up with things to talk about that we thought would be interesting. And it just, it worked. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that okay. Now I'm getting emotional. No, I want to
say, are you able to cry?
Listen, I haven't cried since listen, what was on TV? Freaking Rock.
The TV show?
Yeah, Hanging with
Charles S. Dutton?
Yeah, it's Charles S. Dutton, and it's probably me mad at his brother Joey. Anyway, no, point is, I want to thank you as well for doing this with me. This has been a lot of fun, and I can't imagine anyone else I would have done this with. So I appreciate you and your time and just having this fun conversation, obviously your friendship. And I want to echo that I appreciate everyone who's listened or who is going to listen and who like the podcast and like hearing us chit chat and talk trash and whatnot. It's a lot, and I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to our next season as well, and seasons, and we've got a lot in store for everyone. I will say one thing I would love, and they've already been doing this for you, but not so much for me, but like if you guys have things that you would want us to talk about like in the next season, because obviously we talk about current events and current film and TV and whatnot, but also we bring it back and talk about things of yesteryear and whatnot. So right. Is there ideas or thoughts that you want to hear us tackle? Let us know, and we'll make sure we
please continue to send me DMs and tag me in things, and I get, you guys should talk about this on your podcast a lot. So we take all of that into consideration. I do keep a list, and we always want to hear from you guys and have you all join in on the conversation. Even though this is technically our season finale episode, we will have some things sprinkled in. Yep. It's not going to be completely dead. So we'll do other little episodes and pop in every now and again while we're working on our next season. Yep. So just, be aware that we are taking a little break, but we are not completely breaking. We will have some stuff.
For sure. And you can follow, let's see, you tap in with us on Instagram, Friends in Real Life. We're also on TikTok, same handle. We also have an email address, friendsinreallife@gmail.com, in case you want to email us your thoughts or questions. And then we have the website, friendsinreallife.podbean.com, where you can see all of our episodes or listen to our episodes, see our bio, see what we look like, in case that's of note to you. And of
course, Spotify, always available.
And of course, Spotify. Yep. And damn, this is wow. We can't believe we're at the season finale already. But
I know.
Hey, it's been so much fun, and just like, I can't wait. I can't wait for season 2. I think it's gonna be like different world, like like new season, like
Yes, we're bringing Debbie Allen in for season 2. Guys.
Yeah, but Debbie Allen's decided to produce it for us. We love it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we got some things in the works, and yeah, we're looking forward to doing even events. Maybe I shouldn't tell you anything else, but yeah, we got some things in the works for sure for next season and beyond. So I guess we'll end it here, and we'll call it. But
well, friend.
Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that. First season done. This is where I have to play. I want to use the soundboard. Maybe I'll add that in post.
Did we add sound effects?
I really want to, but like I was like, I don't know if that's like
sound effects can be annoying though. You know me.
I know.
Sound.
One sounding, but all right, that's it. I'm over the podcast. So that's you gotta like tread lightly. But maybe a few little ones, nothing crazy. It's not like the Wendy Williams show every 5 seconds or something, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's the round of applause in the back. We hear you guys, appreciate it, and we'll see you next season.
For sure.
All right then. Peace.